Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is probably going to be pretty short, but I kind of wanted to take a minute to look through my 2022 Goodreads stats. I have been using Goodreads. I've been using this account since 2019. I think I had a different one that I was using for a couple of years. But anyway, I've been using Goodreads to track my reading for the last couple of years. 2023, this year, I've also started using Storygraph, which I kind of am really loving so far. So hopefully in 2024 or at the end of this year, which is a long way away from now, I can use Storygraph as well to talk about my stats for the year. But I kind of just wanted to take a glance at my 2022 year in books. So we're just gonna click on this and see what happens. I've never looked at my stats from my laptop, and I feel like sometimes things are set up differently, but we'll see. I don't really know. Okay, so we're gonna talk about some of my stats. I'll try to flash my laptop screen whenever I feel like it. But dun. Okay, so at the very top of my screen right here, we have my year in books. In 2022, I read 265 books and I read 74,982 pages. Last year, I just want to go to my previous year really fast to see the difference between that. In 2021, I read 280 books and I read 93,027 pages. I definitely tended to focus on graphic novels and novellas during various seasons of this past year, which is why my page count is down, even though I read almost the same number of books. But that is okay. I had a great time. So, the shortest book that I read versus the longest book that I read. The shortest book that I read was a kid's book called Dewdrop, and then the longest book that I read was House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. That is a lot of pages in between my shortest and my longest. But my average book length in 2022 was 282 pages, which isn't, it's not terrible. I definitely gravitated towards shorter books this year, which is fine. My attention span is just not long or not great anymore. My most shelved book was The Great Gatsby. 6,799,238 people have also shelved it. And my least shelved book was the special edition cover of Royal Savage by Victoria Ashley. This cover right here, the flower one, is the special edition. It was not the first cover, so a lot of people have read the book, just not with that edition on Goodreads, I guess. I don't know. My average rating for 2022 was 3.8 stars, which is very weird to me because I feel like, I guess I had a lot of 4-star reads, but I didn't have a ton of 5 stars this year, and I feel like there were a lot of books that I gave 3 stars, but that's what Goodreads is telling me, so I guess that was my average rating for 2022. My highest rated book on Goodreads was Numinous by Victoria Woods, which is kind of funny because I gave this book 2 or 3 stars, I don't remember, but it was like a dark paranormal romance and I didn't like it. Yikes, can't have nice things. Okay. At the beginning of the year, I was doing a very good job at writing reviews for every single book that I read. So for a while here, my first review of the year naturally was for Barbarian Alien. Ooh, yikes. Actually, I love the book. I gave it 5 stars. I love the series. I've only read the first 2 books, but I kicked the year off strong with an alien romance. I just never continued with the series, but it's fine. So I wrote a review for this one. It was pretty good. If I do say so myself, it actually wasn't very long at all, but that's okay. And then I guess the rest of my stats on my laptop are just every single book that I read. So let's just randomly scroll through and see what I have. If there's anything that stands out to me still. Radio Silence by Alice Oseman was a really good one. Gave that book 4 stars. 6 Crimson Cranes, underrated. I don't think it's underrated, but I don't really read YA fantasy anymore. So that one was a fun surprise for me. Had a lot of really not great books here as well, but I do have some 5-star reads, which is fun. The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. I think I gave that one 4 stars, but it was a really good romance with some really great characters. Lots of manga and middle grade going on here. The Second Best Haunted Hotel on Mercer Street, this purple one. 5-star read, one of my 2022 favorites. It definitely got me back into middle grade, I think. Lots of romance. I know 2022 was my was the beginning of my romance era, and we're continuing that in 2023. Yay. Last Resort by Kay Bromberg, yeah, made me cry. I had an arc of that book. It never continued with the series. They are companion novels, but the first book was really good. Made of Steel by Ivy Smoke, that one just hurt me. I gave it 3 stars. It hurt me because I loved the other series that I read by the author, and that book was very weird. I Am Margaret Moore. This is another one that's very underrated. This is a paranormal, like young adult mystery thriller thing. It made me cry multiple times. There are a couple of quotes from the book that I don't know, like they resonated in me so much, but nobody seems to like this book except for me. There's another one like that farther on that I loved and I'm obsessed with, but nobody else seemed to like, which made me very sad, but you know, it's fine. We're fine. 2022 was the year that I started my first monster romance with The Dragon's Bride. Gave it 4 stars, really enjoyed it. Then I got a signed copy of that book, I think. Maybe not, but I did get signed copies of the second 2 books. I'll just show you all the covers of a bunch of the books that I read. So much romance. This was a graphic memoir. It was really, really good. Almost American Girl, love that one. Love on the Brain, amazing. Mistakes Were Made, amazing. The Locksley Prep trilogy, amazing. Traitor, Thief, and Lover. More graphic novels, more thrillers. There's a lot of books that I read, so I'm gonna like just be scrolling for a while. Hyde. Hyde by Kirsten White was an easy 5-star read for me. I read the entire book in a single sitting. And I'm the only one that I know who's given it 5 stars. Everybody else seems to hate it. And while I didn't understand like the ending of it, easy 5 stars for me, and I would recommend. And it breaks my heart that nobody else seems to like it, but it's fine. We're fine. Dun 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 dun. All a bunch more books. All the romance, not surprised. I gotta show more books. The Fall of Troy was stunning, made me cry at the end. I have the second book that I need to read still. There's a big jump between what I read right before moving to Nashville, which stopped with Delilah Green. Then I moved and I didn't read as much, so there's not as many books on this little bottom section. But that's okay, I still ended pretty strong. I got back into the groove of reading after school got started, and a couple of months into it, I was feeling pretty good again and was actually getting through the books that I was picking up. Promises and Pomegranates, amazing. Gave it 5 stars. Not a ton of people seem to love it, but that's okay. I totally understand. There's definitely flaws and plot holes in the book, but I loved it. Yeah. Other than that, like, nothing super crazy that I read or like that really stood out to me. I think Promises and Pomegranates was the last one, but I did start rereading some middle grade books that I'd read back in early high school or late middle school. Gilda Joyce, The Candy Makers, 4 or 5 star reads. They are both amazing. So that was the end of the books that I read. I had my final review of the year was of a sports romance called Hard Hitter. Very underrated, and I really enjoyed that one as well. My review of Hard Hitter versus the alien romance is, there's definitely a lot more here, but just depends on the book for me whether or not I write long reviews. Sometimes I have a lot to say, a lot of times I have not much to say, but that's okay. So those were my Goodreads stats for 2022. I had a really fun reading year amidst the busyness of life, graduating from college, moving into a new house with my parents, then moving to a new city on my own, and starting grad school and working almost 50 hours a week. It's been a lot, but it's been so fun, and I'm glad that I was able to still find time to read eventually amongst all those life changes and get 265 books read, which is so exciting. I'm excited for what 2023 brings. My reading goal for this year is 52 books, keeping it nice and easy. I do anticipate reading more than that, but if not, that's okay. And if I go beyond that, which I probably will, just based off the past 3 years of reading, I'm not going to change my goal. I'm just going to keep it at 52 books. I think that's a great number, and any number is a great number. Any number is great. Yeah, if I surpass 52 though, I'll just keep it where it is and see how many books I can read beyond that. So, yes, that is all that I wanted to say in this video. Again, not a very long one. Hopefully my computer screen is clear to see. We'll see when I go back in a couple minutes and watch some of the clips. Yeah, we'll see if this ends up getting uploaded. It probably will. It's probably fine. Anyway, feel free to comment down below and let me know any of your 2022 reading stats. Feel free to let me know any of your 2023 reading goals. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.